Well, welcome back, my friends. All right, today we're going to discuss the best and the worst places to live in Columbus, Ohio. Columbus has some of the most expensive suburbs and some really cool neighborhoods, but here's the truth, because the place is popular or pricey, doesn't automatically mean it's going to be the right fit for you. So always keep that in mind. Remember, location, location, location. Well, what about lifestyle, lifestyle, lifestyle? Today I'm ranking the real best and worst places to live across the greater Columbus area. Because here's the thing, when you're picking the wrong place to live, it's not just about overpaying. You could be stuck with a brutal commute, schools that don't match the hype, or just simply a neighborhood vibe that doesn't fit your lifestyle. Remember, lifestyle, 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 location, location, location. All right, stay with me. And once you close on that house, those mistakes can be tough and very expensive to undo. I've lived and worked all across Central Ohio. I've spent years helping buyers and sellers navigate the Columbus market. I'm going on 20 years now. I've been helping people make those moves. I've seen what makes people fall in love with their community, and I've also seen the folks that have regretted when someone chases the hype instead of that right fit. And in case you didn't know, here I am. Hey, I am Annette Marble, your favorite Key Realty agent in and around Central Ohio. Most of you who know me, today I'm going to give you no fluff, no sugarcoating. What have I ever sugarcoated? Just straight up tiered list of some of the best and worst places to live in and around Columbus. So you can see where the winners are, and the trade-offs are. Which ones just might surprise you. All right, I'm going to dive right in, get you going on what you need to know about Columbus, Ohio. Here's how it's going to work. I'm going to rank both city, neighborhoods, and suburbs based on 4 things. The first one is going to be affordability versus value. Remember, cost doesn't equal value. Commute and access to job. Now, remember, the commute in Columbus can be kind of painful. Lifestyle, walkability, restaurants and amenities, schools, and overall family friendliness. Now, this is my professional opinion, but it's based on data as well. Real client experiences and working in this market every single day. I'm going to start with D tier. Big hype, big trade-offs. Now, these are places that I wouldn't recommend to most people. They might have a fancy reputation or even look great online, but the trade-offs, well, those are pretty real. And I'm going to start off by saying New Albany. I hate to say that, but it lands here for a lot of buyers. Now, don't get me wrong, New Albany is gorgeous. Master plan neighborhoods, top-rated schools, and a very polished, upscale feel. But it is also one of the most expensive areas in Central Ohio. And for many buyers, the value just isn't there. Thank you, Les Wexner. He gave us this place and a name back in the 80s. New Albany Parade of Homes was the very first time I realized I wanted to be a realtor. Couldn't afford New Albany back then. All right, so if you're paying a premium for a very specific lifestyle, it's quiet, very suburban, and you're gonna drive almost everywhere. If you work on northwest side of Columbus, the commute across the 270 outer belt can get old a little fast. So think of that. Remember, lifestyle. I've had clients fall in love with model homes and prestige factor, only to realize later that they've just felt disconnected from everything else in the city. They just felt a little too far out from all the other great amenities. All right, next up, parts of downtown Columbus high-rise living. High-rise living. Looks great in photos. New apartments, rooftop views, trendy buildings, but the rents and the condo fee prices can be just surprisingly high for the amount of space that you're going to get. Can you think about New York? Those New York apartments? Well, while downtown is improving, a lot of people end up spending their weekends in places like the Short North, Dublin, Polaris, Easton. Anyways, because that's where all the action is. That's where all the youngins are going and hanging out. So keep that in mind. If you're paying top dollar for the lifestyle that for some people still feels a little bit limited outside of certain pockets. So kind of keep that on top of the mind. All right, I'm going to move to C tier. Good, but know the trade-off. These are going to be the middle of the road, not bad, but you need to know what you're signing up for. All right, first off, we're going to start with Grove City. Grove City holds a special place in my heart. I gotta love Grove City. My husband's from Grove City. It lands here for a lot of buyers. It's affordable, family friendly. It has a charming historic town center, but the commute to downtown Columbus or the north side can be a little longer than people expected, especially during rush hour. Remember, commute, lifestyle, commute, lifestyle. If you work in Dublin, Polaris, or Easton, that daily drive can become a headache, a real headache. Next up, we're going to talk about Canal, Winchester. Also fits in this tier. It's great neighborhoods, newer construction, and generally good value, especially for the price. But it's farther out, and a lot of people underestimate how long it takes to get to major job centers. So let's say you're in Canal, Winchester, and work at Honda. That's a big commute. Remember, keep that in mind. Works great if you want space, a quieter lifestyle, but it's not ideal if you need quick access to the heart of Central Ohio, which is called Columbus. Thinking about relocating to Central Ohio? Well, I've got just the thing for you. My team and I have actually taken the time to create this ultimate relocation guide, which means from top employers, the best hospitals, and a boatload of other stuff. Things like you never even thought you needed, like never needed to know before. But the best part is this guide is 100% free for you. That's right, you heard it right here. It's 100% free. Just click the link in the description or at the top pinned comment. Hope this helps. And welcome to Central Ohio. Let's jump to B tier. B tier, solid, but not perfect. I mean, come on, people. Who's gonna get perfect? These are strong options. They have a clear upside, but you've got to be okay with the trade-offs. Hilliard is a great B-tiered example. I lived in Hilliard for over 15 years, I believe. It has solid schools, a growing downtown area. It's charming and cute. I love the downtown area. And relatively affordable homes compared to some of the north side suburbs. But it's very car dependent. And some parts feel more suburban sprawl than a walkable community. It's great for families who want value, but not ideal for what you're looking for if you're in a lifestyle or urban lifestyle living. So keep that in mind when you're looking at Hilliard. Westerville also lands here. It has a charming downtown, strong schools, and very family-friendly atmosphere. Gotta love Westerville as well. But prices here have been climbing, and depending on where you live, the commute to downtown or the west side can be a little longer than you expected. It is a great place to raise a family. Just know that when you are there, that you just got to do some trading for convenience for that suburban feel. So always keep that in mind when you do go to some of these suburban little outlets that are part of Central Ohio. I'm going to go to A tier, top choices with real value. These are places where I constantly see buyers happy with their decisions, but you gotta know what you want. Worthington earns A-tier status. It's charming, historic feel, highly rated schools, and easy access to downtown. And they have the walkable old Worthington area, local shops, strong sense of community. Make it a favorite for families and professionals alike. It is pretty cool to live there. It's not cheap, but the quality of life is consistently strong. And it intertwines a little bit with Clintonville there too. So Dublin lands in an A tier as well. It has top-rated schools, tons of parks, major employment nearby, and easy access to highways make it one of the most sought-after suburbs in this region. But it's not the most affordable place. But for many families, the schools, the amenities make the price worth it. So remember, lifestyle. And we also want to jump to Grandview Heights. This has just exploded over the years. This is one of the most popular close-in suburbs. It's walkable, full of restaurants and coffee shops, and just minutes away from downtown and Ohio State. Downside is it's expensive for the size of homes, but the location and lifestyle just can't beat it. Gonna jump to a weird tier. It's called the S tier, the best of the best. So why not give it an S? So here are the crown jewels, the places people rarely regret choosing when they do find where they want to be. Upper Arlington is a solid S tier. Yes, solid. Fantastic schools, beautiful neighborhoods, prime location, just minutes from Ohio State, downtown, and major job centers. Downfall, it is expensive, but remember, lifestyle. But it delivers on school, safety, convenience all at once. We have Powell. It also earns an S-tier status. It offers quiet, upscale feel, highly rated schools, a strong sense of community with all the convenient accesses to Columbus. And man, Is Powell growing like leaps and bounds? Families love it, and many people who move there stay for the long haul. Thumbs up to Powell. Here is the wild card. All right, we've got the S-tier pick is Bexley. Beautiful historic homes, excellent schools, walkable, small town feel, just minutes from downtown Columbus. It has character, convenience, strong community roots. It's not cheap, but the lifestyle is just so hard to beat. It's great there. So, any final thoughts? Here's what you're going to notice. Some of the most expensive areas don't even make A tier, while some of the other places people overlook landed at the top. Price doesn't always equal value. You know, like when you finish that basement for $25,000, but the appraiser gives you $5,000, doesn't equal value. Please remember this, especially when you're doing any type of updates to your home. Just throwing that out there. And hype definitely does not equal happiness. The best place for you isn't necessarily the S-tier neighborhood. It's the place that's going to fit your budget, your commute, your lifestyle, and your long-term goals, and what's best for you and your family. All right, if you're thinking about moving to Columbus area and you don't have to figure it out all alone, I am here to help you. Any buyers or sellers all across Central Ohio every single day of the week, and I can help you find that right fit, not just the popular one. You know, everybody wants to be the popular one, but sometimes we gotta go with what fits you best. Reach out anytime, and I'll put together a plan that makes sense for you and your family. And if you find this helpful, check out my next videos on types of homes that you should avoid in the Columbus area. Because even the right neighborhood is the wrong house, you can still make costly mistakes. It does. Things just always going to cost you money. And don't forget, we are always in and around Central Ohio, and we're keeping it real here in Real Estate with Annette Marble and Associates.